check Asian Kabako and Austria Shemi into Austria team qualify and Denmark and Finland game no so no first leg Denmark ekoshe nsia na Finland etimu ba kwene wasasha ne mienu a wentimi ante ana fe Turkey and Kosovo no so ma no Turkey ekoshe nan and na wasasha miensa ede atia Kosovo wono so wentimi ante Turkey Austria Denmark and Albania and I qualify at the economic say game of Sweden and Spain and man airborne about 59 minutes to be ante me for ball elto na nyonko atem so so first leg no Spain echomo ball makana emuye den edema mo pa eti ehwese ne ombetimi asatete omo anase Spain man betimi asan ahye omo ene Solomon na mankwada Superman atan so bia bokode
ala for bia de din se ohoye
me hoye na ye twa wochina
sa
abese ye hwe wochina sa
ede ne besi wochina
yo ode
because me nyante ase o
unya nyante ase
no so wo twa wochina nti pese me hu
na se apega so mo bompa ya ma
wo de hu
ni oba no obusa no mpa bokro mo bo ama no
sa
na obusa no wo so mo bompa di ama pa
okay so mpa bo de obi ahia mpa bo yese ho na Onua bakase o ene de me bompae na me bompae ne bia ma ye nyina ye hia sampae bo nti me da na se se odwene me ho na obompae ama me therefore mami nchia o na minchia yetiefo ne ahwefo mo hwe show no live on Facebook and your other social media platforms. No, it's a many team phone is so na a Black Queens. One more qualification of Minya and making kind near ma near dear war moho na a Mariana Bomodin, your more abaso. Amabo momodin pa dwuma ma ye ne de ye sure say we Ghana nia we ni beje ejuma the Black Queens no aye enti ma membo ma baso Onua sports Bismarck ena wie yo ho ma me hwa de abo 7 almost 7:17 3 minutes to 7:20 ma me mere kakra na ekura ye timu yi ni ye yo ene ne seye ne dodo na esin senchro 40 so Onua FM 95 ame fe konya we nsie na we na ise eye yi bi wo therefore me say
mitiopa ode kawasem
ekura we ya ye timu ni ye any ni fombo ana ni saye dodo no a ejina nsenchero for yeti so because ye nya atwom ye hypocrite bebre na nka no kre nsenchero for bebre wo krom ha wo mo mpe no kre wo mo nka no kre they only speak on issues ebe omo benefit from agenda needless agenda bi a emfa so papa bi ama ene yeti krom ha ensanchurofo yaji ye konko rom ne ye because that is what we benefit from enti ni ade sika baba ribotom ni ebama no numbers we di oyade o we di yade o say ye ne kure say ye ne kure obaye saa kopem time a sabe no to beda ho na inimguase abekan yen enti ekrom ha no majority of ye journalists no we are not honest see I've listened to lot of commentaries about the Black Queens. I've listened to commentaries about how our Ghana footballers say. But Ayemi enkofo hu yemi won power krom ha o. Today, journalists are now intelligent to now tell clubs to say supporters say will road to play. They need to go to the stadium to do this, to support their clubs. Today, and yet the FNU duty to make the Ghana Premier League attractive. It is the club duty to make the Ghana Premier League attractive. It is government's responsibility to ensure say sports in the country epeja today and your federations be Bismarck na Quadrical League in one at the buy. Quadrical League is a job on the buy. League 10 time league phone one at the buy. It's another about the same.
Omakase and what you be a kabibi.
Debi another about the same. Na Quadrical League in the league 10 time league phone. Open supporters for stadium. League phone no. Open sponsor. League phone no. Open second Confederations Cup and a Champions League. No league phone the Champions League da. Bismarck added that so the $50 million by sponsor league phone.
David.
So you see, we cannot destroy the only thing that gave us an image and think that within a twinkle of an eye, no. Today, the sports minister Adani, a social commentator on TV station by TV station, radio station by radio station, explaining himself in the wake of a Black Queens game. They draw up an unnecessary agenda. Meanwhile, the meetings, we were not there. There was no media person in the meeting, but we create an image. Today, we are here and there apologizing for no apparent reason. Simply because we reported a story. We were not even there.
Onua FM 95.1.
During era of Kwesi and Central Force original. Say like they sold Ghana football in a way say Ghana football ne dey wo do sika be Ghana football mo a e che say eye ade bi a wo to sika na gu onfaso bi ani so na ndan ko fo jaya oboko stadium a mo say supporters nya den. Some of us had a voice. We said to say, regardless of how bad people think our game is, there is the duty of the journalist. Yenti Kroma and Central for Bikata say negativity sells. Yenti Kroma, were we not here? Say, Asem Uko Stadium, Kotoko one has one no, and on your story. Referee Abon assume a yes story. Referee wa robe penalty bi any say referee bi je eno na ye story ntokwa bi esi wo park na chi eno na ye story no yenti kuma na nkofo kai. And today say a clubs ni ntumi mbo omodin wa Africa na omunye players no mo ton a uti krom hesu na sponsor bi ani ho no omunye na no omo run omo clubs. We destroyed Ghana football with our own evil agenda simply because we saw Kwesi Antechi as somebody no I was you're bringing it down. Enti Kwesi Antechi ho tan ni ho abufuo and ye formal cartel wo krom ha. Big journalists, big journalists, just to bring one man down, forgetting that the moment that man comes down, the image they came Catherine Simon of Kwaku. You see, we destroyed it, and we expected say Kwaku Sarpong and any administration within 5 years and was some money yet to say the EPL or the La Liga. We've forgotten that say new man in the past, you're driving potentials nina away. And the journalists want to behave as if they love the local game. Today, journalists want to act like they love the local game. Yente krom ha. And a blasters were marching near Bababa. And comfort to me stadium. Comfort to me throw petition at the FIFA. See a stadium and a papa. Yente kroma. Comfort to me could pictures. This is the Crash Sports Stadium. Bad nature of a Crash Sports Stadium. Blah 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 blah. Near banning bang. Central. You be a central. Near banning and bam. Na central for their agenda. And a Ghana yenye baby a ball cra. Yenye baby a said you ko Togo. It was a for year free you ko Togo. Near Kobo in central for. Today. You are saying what?
95.1.
Bismarck today, Musaday, Musi Yanyamuday.
Arobiaka bibi. Minim so biaka bibi dia.
Ah,
minim so
Musa ne Musa your football na day.
Sabe da binka bibia.
So I am trying to draw your attention on lot of reports are me and I'm a kind.
Okay.
Now you're in Central for no. Me, I know I'll be seen as enemy. I don't care. Nobody buys me food. But so me soa. Me nya so say me bo bia punum say o ma me sika. Anti bi sign na finance e de ko bank na to me phone so am enu na me ko yididi. Me ye na me yes scamish so na me nya.
Ya faje twen no.
Apete twen bia. Na me dey support it.
Home Bible.
And to me, I don't care if you like me or you don't like me. But Ikrumha, the hypocrisy in the sporting media is too huge. The hypocrisy in the sports media is too huge. So mudibia eye papa omundibia enye. Journalists has traveled with the national team. Black Queens na ekon musika hono. Journalists travel with the team. Journalists omo station e do omo koye. They took per diem. Per diem. Omo station e do omo koye no. These journalists were being paid by the ministry and the FA. Emu okra hotel sika ye omo company ni ade ma omo so omo koda hotel no. It was the ministry and esa pay hotel ma omo die. Oh, Morocco. We know it. And in the eve of a qualifier, we shouldn't do the things we did around the Black Queens. Bismarck, do you know how distracting the last 2 days and Yamaye with the Black Queens? And you central for no pushing Colana say, look. Monkoji musika na mankoji musika na yentwi ante won kan kire mo sa wo ball no mo ball no
na den tina sika na so ache de dada sa
se wutie mi yi a maka say
95.1.
I do not agree, and this has been my anthem since. Say I do not agree to the fact to say obi be ye adwuma na in the end no se ni sika e 1 cedi in the end the 1 cedi in farmer no one farmer no e no me kase akura e de da so because e nipa ne sweat and a wire den watena so. You expect that same person to come back onto the field again and come and play. But Bismarck On several occasions, and yes, state say, your players were a patriotic. They fight for the badge. They fight for their motherland. And you mean Ponameka. Anytime a player earns a call up to the national team, the biggest of the conversation is that we are coming to die for Mother Ghana. And yes, I'm Kolaneka. And yes, I'm a place in Ombamoka. I am a proud Ghanaian. I will fight for Ghana. Enti, Bismarck. Se eka ewo ho. And you Ghana because I don't have the power to pay you. My only thing is say I will give you the utmost support. Ebema wo be gina park no na wo ba. Wo benya that encouragement. Sa ho no. Eda ball game no. Ye de adwuma ahye bi mo nsa. O medwuma ne say o mo betua moka. They have held series of conversations. You better not krom ha.
95.1.
Earlier this year. No, is it late last year? Late last year. Proud to our qualification to the women's AFCON. And na ya brafo te ha. And na yesu ye te ha. And ye be kun se nkola ni sika ne yentwa ma mo. Yentwa nkola ni sika ma mo. Ye kun anopa na ya brafo frɛ wei. Na ya brafo frɛ wei. He Sister Matilda de Medo. I picked my phone, called her several times. I said, "Solo, Black Queen Sika, you come meetings with the ministry. O ma share your boss and be mine. Me Pia Matilda de Medo and go Osmami, o Jina Mayu and the Chisel bad time. Information I hear people, they refuse that information. If you are Kolanika, you call somebody to even out, just confirm. Say it to ya, nobody. Because in the end, you know, Wajini Sika never until they didn't need anybody's help at that moment because Omusaka Musika just confirmation. And then I have for real because upon all the fights, she just needed a confirmation to at least Obano better say I Nyami Adam Juma no yeah for Black Queens no we don't have a problem. Sabe play be any Black Queens so no betimi aka dini sesere bu aka say me anasa pega anasa Alfred say aye adwuma amomo amomo sika abanti o ma no $100 na $200. We dare any of these girls to come out and say, but sometimes you just needed a confirmation. Even though the ministry had come out to say we tria, but say tria. Oka tell me do kana me catch say me tria. Na say won receive ya. Say me tria. I will need a confirmation to ascertain whether the monies have been paid or not. We never got it. And unkodan chey. When ministry started to say omo boy call for work WAFCON way Emma and Kolani Koji bronze Yamobo Mabasu Ofia. When they traveled to meet top dignitaries, we applauded them. They got rewards. But you can't say Wamusika na community at all cost. I was simply for when we use Asican ready a day because if another tournament is so eba pile up. Enti ye sa e kano enfen free honom said the beya enkola no so adwunu be da mo ho. For the first time in so many years in the history of the Black Queens, this ministry led by Mustafa Yusuf Mr. Mustafa Kofi Adams had treated the Black Queens no other ministry has done. No other ministry has done that for the Black Queens. Black Queens no moba Ghana Soccer Center of Excellence pram no moda. Although this same Black Queens and me complaining say Scorpion wi omo. Wo mo da mo wi anse bibi nenam wo mo atade wo mo ka hwe no wo epie omo dem ho. It took Keto Kreku and the sports minister to decide. He said, look, if the blasters come in near more 5-star hotel, Alisa Hotel near the Black Queen deserve same treatment. This is a minister when the team no AJ bronze no Onua to the bottom ska $10,000 US 10,000 on one bottom ska enya ban sika Onua ni sika ana de man kola no say munjida munche mo shegane ni munyam na musika ne de because it was not budgeted for. Because remember the AFCON no it had gone through a way the hosti issue aba when the etina akoye basa. So it was not really budgeted for until Omo qualify yeah Omo call yeah. And all these documents have been sent to the finance ministry. Say Omo to processing and colani sako musika. And it is not as if say ministry no were not ready to do it. Like I said, if the ministry was not going to do it, they would not meet them in series of occasions. And in a huge game like against Egypt,
95.1.
Ghana for nyina be hwe Black Queens makoje bronze aba for the first time omoje bronze medal no afa na Ghana for ebe enjoy that team for the first time. Susanna Amadua any Josephine Osebonsu any everyone say Chantal Boy Hokla now local say this will be their first appearance on the soil of Ghana. They've never played in Ghana. This is their first time.
Amadou more Ghana.
Osebonsu ne friend say Chantal.
Yeah.
This is their first ever opportunity. Oh, mo be in front of Ghanaians. Then you tell ya say in the media, ya do moka girls and say yeah more girl and see and say we see and say. Then we created an unnecessary rifts around the Black Queens. Issues are we could have managed so easily. It became a media banter. We saw nothing. We saw nothing. Meanwhile, the meeting that existed between the ministry, the FA, and the girls, Gen Central for nobody was invited. A reported speech. When you're very careful, that crow him. And like I said, Ghana is your football they call 100 years after the air resurrected. It was not done by anybody. It was done by a cartel of media men. These same media men are the bigger beneficiary when it comes to your football. Me say, me say, your football it was done by a cartel of media men.
Okay.
And these same media men are the bigger beneficiary of your game. No. It is a young central for Yantanasi and reason. I'm gonna find say you were a bigger role in resurrecting the dead football nine. Yes, see your football ne wuno. Say Yantanasi and Jenny and Quechre. Ye want to say we have a bigger role to play. We will still be here. Today your best players get up and then they move away. And then Obika, the FA should do something about players as adults because Ebenezer Amoko India. Ebenezer Amoko was voted the best player at a Sweden All Blast in the Division 1. Since you never started a Premier League, I ran India or Komabo India. Somebody was arguing. I was saying, "F any BB," and then somebody say, "F any day." Say, "Sweden All Blacks in your contract to India, or more player. You want the FA to stop Sweden All Blacks from sending their player to India. How much are you supporters even paying for the club to stand?" Everything stops at the FA. The FA does not sign contract with the players. FA registered players with the contract or must signing with their clubs. And therefore, media. Nobody says when it's negative, don't discuss it. But ya limit a kwanya, ya discuss the negativity of your game no. Now you're looking forward into bringing the positives around our football.
Onua FM 95.1.
Now does it even make sense to you, Bismarck? Does it even make sense to you? Say Ghana and Nigeria na airbo in this qualifier. yako Nigeria akɔ 3 Nigeria for ever as wounded lions. Then on the airwaves, the biggest of the conversation ministry ne the girls in the car. Girls in this woman training. Minister say Opa Pako Niamaneko when you are not even in the meeting. The says as if we were part of the meeting. You throw these things, and then it becomes the only thing I hear discussing, forgetting that the Black Queens have an important match. It needs more attention than any other thing around the team.
Onua FM 95.1.
And Bismarck, media, the Black Queens, and then our football. No, the media have a bigger role. We need to be positive. Speak positive to our game, and trust me, the Premier League we enjoy so much. About the media, Bismarck, media no. The La Liga na ye enjoy it for fair no. And you be the media no. Barcelona understands how to build a bigger media around their team. They have so much of media attention. Now we are classical. You think that Barcelona didn't know what they were doing when they allowed Lamine Yamal to do the things he did prior to the match? That is pure PR. He created what was not supposed to be there, And before the game, the conversations around the game was always going to have an impact. I mean, you must remember the 4 Robbie. No, the last time was sure, mono. Almost sure, 4. Madrid the 4 back game, no more. When you say, Branch and Sabon, no more. Proper PR. Forget about the negatives, but they build the PR, no, taking some positives from what Lamine Yamal, In the end, one who he post about Lamine Yamal, circulating around social media. This is how you build brands. But that is not how we do it. The media will dwell solely on the negatives. They are neglecting the most important things. No? But we will come back and point fingers at others. So, we, the media, will crucify everybody, but doesn't want anybody to talk about them. When in return, 70% of how bad your football is, the media. 70%. And you media na ya agenda yemfre wembra. And you one Coach confront say Kim, this same media will come and away one more qualifiers. But it is the media who go and bring the statistics of these players. Or a Ghanaian descent. And I know a castle, Moses, or so, 1 minute they buy any media.
And I
and to see a coach in the bar, no castle, when young for him, you bring a coach in a problem, Kuma. But it is this same media who will bring those things out. Until we orient our minds and start accepting the fact that we have played a bigger role in where your sports, it drew now. Bismarck, we will never make progress. But I want to commend the girls. Despite the negativity, they fought their heart out.
You have a game, Ankasa. You have a game, no, Ankasa. Solomon Amankwade Superman. And a Martin and Kanko. Mammy Chioda Febini at your phone Ninkomo and 7 Hokakra. Solomon Amankwade Superman and a Martin and Kano. Mammy Kwaman Ninkomo Kakra. Minute for Ninkomo say no cre. Say media no say a football no. And I say a nyanu cre. Say media no and say a football no. 0556 6924. 45 0556 6924 45 about now. Yeah, Jean Como. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Bismarck.
On God, you
Bismarck, fantastic. And come on, Solomon. Bismarck, this is where I gain 100%. Bismarck, once a job for me, a bit more. Where I'm a kill. This is here. With the Solomon coming in here, because Seja foi bom. Deu a say agenda, say they on one almost selling, you know. And yeah, so one kind of Bismarck. Then they are game pa Bismarck. Let me say when the movie said oh, come can I leg in it. And yes, fair. You say I'm going to take GP no. And yes, fair. And I think there, Debbie, yes, for yes, you before. You know what kind of credit? And any moves on my agenda. So there, what kind of credit on my that should be about Bismarck. That should be an over there. You might like a car. Got this man or what? Got some more what? And got rid of what? But you are what? To put up with my Panama and
Me so better say 05566924 45 05566924 45 ye nin komo. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
We didn't be a fifi.
Dindi from Sprinters.
Ima ejo.
Media no dey sa pepe no tio. Nti omo fan bye.
Me da say so frɛ na wa kyerɛ wa dwe 0556 6924 45 0556 6924 45. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Isaac Yentio.
Isaac, I saw peace and Pepe Bismarck. Solo mi supportuni a solo kanu bet. I say bi so mi supportuno. Solo me pastor sa wo kan o. Na ma kire mu. Some twelve for the young na young na one kind of correct. Well, they are a cassa, or maybe Casso, Isaac, they are fair when we have a meeting at Debiano, or Cabima or Miazam. Daddy, Shanna, Senya, Muba, what the Musi was a Monso, Mobwa, Premier League, Ghana Premier League. Bismarck, no cry about who pay. I am fair, I am dead. Well, me so no okay na me go for me for the past 10 years ago. Go for me almost journalist for almost say almost yense almost kan say ya but na me to say na almost kan and yeah that say yeah Premier League and I said that say the football no but Bismarck mo play mo ye mo buy mo there na say there Premier League I had there when I mean Ejuma.
Isaac made us say 0556 6924 45 0556 6924 45 Ian Komo. So let's see media and answer for NSA Ghana football. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, baby. Fifi.
Family, why you? I committee 24.
Why you do?
Me support to solo because. In the middle of vacancies, and yes, I mean, challenge, you know, we should understand about solo what he's talking about. Because Ochemu say 100%, 70%. Would they ever say 10%? About 70%. They are corrupt. Americans, you know, I'm not meeting another station B. Now they were talking about House of Folk. Come and your customer or Paris. No, cancer. None panel cancer. I was assistant Steve he says he has a full team. I said no manager and by supporters. The house place in his Omuko. Maybe a Champions League winning or winning on some of the need your fucker if he be a touchman another number as matter. So ma Omega so very within the time for we say no cause so bad stadium so prayer band of baby. O cause na me ground in am business and you know Ghana no ye ni prayer bias into Benjamin Sarri no nye prayer. I tell you, of course, me ko we house of yeah, and my house of ko away ya. Obi a person move here Benjamin Asari. Me no can me now dey am say e mo so kan obi. And no me support to solo. Is 100%. But e be mo yard because we be no yard but the be so kan no kware because you know ya drabu ko echi. O tie e be no ma asemo. Hey. Asemo Charity beginning at home. Nameka Mono Monfanya Juma.
Mera say South Africa na watching 0556 6924 45 0556 6924 45 no say Ghana football central for and send Solomon Amankwade Superman Eka. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Moro. Across on you.
Yamamone Juma Farm here. Once I saw Mika de Biano and Name Brano, Wape Maka. Majority of them, bet 10% normal years and bet 90% normal years and a pay an amity radio station in New Accra or Massa.
utie senia ampeso mu twabo minister no na oho na mu dan niema masa enso mba football yi sabe egusu kosoro mo nsancho fo kakra na munimu aduma na ni so no na mama football no kosoro o se na me bra ba akokan no mo ba media general mo be so mu no o se Ghana football na Premier League na ase so called da for no mo ba na omo de na mpeso obi etie no den no mutumi ya boy den kan no mutumi ya boy inti ye bra solo asem na oka no menene ya age 200% okra menene age 200% media houses ni bikan agenda almost set agenda say ebia ni player na openi bi o efe ho na say yi normal quaterns normal set agenda say obi enti omo but mo kakra na mo ye aduma no de stadium ponyankopon omboa mo no ombo mo ho ban da se
moro me so me da so afre na wa kire wa dwen 0556 6924 45 0556 6924 45. Hello, good evening.
The family Ebenezer be coming cause free as Paris and New York.
Yes, you ben. Me to
catch. There is not to kind. Pepe. The kai kusi 90 time. Fiamma for dinner bi mu a. Say me bi mu yare akademo. E bu ba bu bi try to be so mo come sort of moves. E da o come one say me come there ma me ni mpa ba obo. Wo so call the unu mpa ya obo. E bu kai kusi 90 e no mo be akodi anti ko du yo mo de 1 seconds and bringing it down. All that according to them, I provide a babamo. And then I didn't be into bunker. Oh my God, lady time, lady phone, and all one way. If you make a demo, we be Yada Bomo, Mokadamo Moose. Monia will see. And the one is this year.
But I say, so afraid now, watch it, watch 0556 6924 45 0556 6924 45 and some truck F4 and I say Ghana football na there be when Timmy and so me go so F across na fe and some Solomon man kwada Superman dia to dwane say and some truck for no bi and ama your football no sign echi and am busa say no kre say solo asama solo dia to dwane and no kre say some truck for na your football no enko nanim na sign 0556 6924 45 0556 6924 45 for ba na fe yadi enkomo hello good evening good evening
me wa you masamba bako because me who so bia me bi me say me can be
for about that whatever me
whatever me jai
I say so afraid na watch your dream ya go so for course na nche bia the best na fe ya to aso e dey free ho and the question central for NSA Ghana football na hello good evening.
Well, good evening.
What did I be a fifi?
Me did the guy Jesus because I see Achim. Sir. You can better the year.
Already on the bell, don't you? Emma, feedback, so can bet me a trunk.
And more feedback. I'm but you wish you was, but I was here.
Me too, ye, pa.
Me name is Soya Gay, and some say Ghana football. Also, January 2006. But your friend Samiji, I don't know other form at the Ghana Brasa to qualify. But far only by the same thing, the Benjamin Sari, it's me every mark, I can't try, I qualify. You see, a number of Professor Adam Zimba, and Katia Dimba. It's a for now, I bet a casa, with a cat, okay, it's a follow Ajatu, a Muslim Kofuenda, no Majatu Wakapapa. Why should many come out to be fighting about qualified? It's young, it's a draw for them. One other car, you're saying here. You take games, La Liga and indicate now. I'm sure now, one in a blood to good power, it's young for fun. None of them qualified, you are saying it's minimum.
So, made us a swap fair. Now, watch the water 0556 6924 45 0556 6924 45. A year in Como and Fanfa. Asama Solomon Amakwada Superman, Edia to just say, and some truffle. Eddie Makwetinepa, and I'm your football no intimi, and Kodanim. When in the yard dream, and I said, when you know, and ya dream, I'm fatching on my dream. Don't want to actually say, Omni Solo ya dream say, and some truffle no, and I'm a football no, ade o man sheda enkoyie bi nso bi no so kire se dodo na na eka dodo na na eche se omri solo ya adwen no crescent nsɛmtwerɛfoɔ no ana ama yɛ football no ɛntimi ɛnkɔ no ne mo nso adwen kyerɛ ɛwɔ ho ɛne sɛn 05566924 45 05566924 45 hello good evening hello say onte minka yegu so efa course na nche bia the course ne besi na ya to aso e dey free 05566924 45 hello good evening good evening baby afifi
me gazafi ashama afarwa
ya for say
nya solo kan de yampa uje football say nyina yo ko we mu league tan league fo o mu kan mo say jan be show e nyina o mama ya ti ye wa stadium ese obi bo house for first me say house of football me family car ma be hwe ba mo bo ya bem ya ba league tan league we league say mu se chofo na mo ma ye ti ye free league no e ti nyo kan de yampa all right
me na say so afre na watch the watch 05566924 45 0556 6924 45 hello good evening
Good evening.
Good evening baby
Minister Bomo Gasaviti Sinwa.
Tete yentio
The Amakandi Yampa, the sofa na woman na me league in Abuni. Because we be our tea comment and I say the one player.
95.1.
Oh boy comment man. So who coach in the wolf is now one fan player now for sine. Ta team no mobile mulu sepe. Omo best player and it is because ana player obobo obi a one day. Day no obobo and sit down day or any day. On the minister goes. I know it is I know one to me goes up. I say Musa any. If you don't know na mu yes and pro na mo na muma football na say. That's it.
Me da setete bo no so ne na ofre a kire na dwen say obi a sense ntwofo na ma ye ball na say. Sa no obi a eka ene anwume obi a say ntwofo na ma Ghana football me nka say Premier League football. I say hello good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Pata
mo hoye.
Me hoye na so e.
Ami adumo me hoye.
Odi ne ba bi afefi.
Your premise Same me presi kokodia de biasem.
Same yetio.
Kada masini mo djuma pa mo ye. Same fo mi na okasa no se nsentefo na ese Ghana football. E kwa na so ka. Oni pa ono free se ka nsentefo no enyo mu nyina no. Hina no no betinye yi na frim. Hina pa no betinye yi na frim sa won aho. Se Ghana mu na ese na Ghana man na ese na nsentefo na ese yo. Enkola memu wendidi ni pate mu nyina nsentofo na desade wi ba enkola mu age huhumu ni de nyina nsentofo na de ba me radio ho radio station si a wo kwa so maiwa no minister no say omo ahwehwe maiwa no na pad kura mpo na maiwa no de be so ma se kura menstrual time no kura no munya e di kan samwa the same people no can't ask them no na no say ya what I say my one na enya pad en fan show ma say the same my one na no o makọ children's room akwa ye aye de ama enkwala no say na be ya match on bebo no enkwala no pai wo be time we ti ebi so so akwa ma ni bia o mu ni bebe da no o makọ mo mi start bebe ama o mada krofo na my one na pad en show ma say no o me ti na akwa ya do ye e de na mo hwehwe o Ghana on kind sense and for omo kan san ba ko omo nga bie mu eti ya na ya de ya samu se radio nkasa emprenu radio kasa ba ko nkasa emprenu so sense for asan ba mu be kuram sta nsem na mo kan no so no enfa nkan bia mba o pani bi na ebo na mo papa na ti sa the same pani na mo fan tira na kwan ya on fan ko ye bone fufuro bi mu be wa abone fufuro asin e fa cha ko hwam hu so ye de wiase nipa ne obeye biara obebu ho contact buda on kan say esunu wiase na so nyamesom nyina ka nyamesom na so media no meda mate
me so media so afa na wa kire wa dwen 05566924 45 05566924 45 asema so lack of abana say obi e bibi kwan say nsɛmtwerɛfo ka ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmo ka ɔmo tum sɛ na bɛ ya enkofa asɛm bia anya de ma said the last caller ne kan no obi ye boni o ye papa o say dey kan anu tu mo obi an koka na nkofa asem. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
We didn't be afefi.
I don't know about the inflation down number 1.
Don't yentio.
So the who is a future SWAC president do. So Mama Kwaku is a future SWAC president because or anasa no se mo kan ina unze to asun pa onya yetimu ama Ghana sport ahead na so na sulu kan no anu no ye Ghana ha no se na ye former brother president brother coach head coach in the person of Kosiapia the jono ka kati no nanti mu se mu afia me kai mu nanti mu oko Sudan ko ya de kakra wo se on fere dan ko fona se en fere back di mu nti ni fa be ne ye okrum ha no se na ye bobo obi Europe obi nya yellow card also was saving the team Ghana ha onya yellow card also in discipline ntinu so ncho fun de oman obi kan see anu wana ntum so fun si mona mo say bia o man team ndamase bye bye
Me so me da se so afa na wa kire wa dwen 05566924 45 05566924 45 is almost you nhwe hu ye di asemba ene se hu hia se ye be kan mo obi anso activity na eti o man. Hello, good evening.
Hi,
good evening, baby afefi.
Mohammed Kuvodi ata.
Mohammed, bibi abako de.
Oh, mini anemo amunya butrepa na tanya sanchiro foto so aga no ma bi o ha. Ahinta ya pa kayen tiki. Aya junchire no odi aba ba kire. No ma bi o ha. Asanchiro fo na eso mu se ni ye. Na mafa no wake up mu ku kan sam we mi na. O sorry radio na udi a wutie TV na dia wutie nyina no tanya media ya ba ya ndanzem do okra anya radio ko anka ya nte ho ye ntimi nnuan wo mo twin break kakra awa sam no o mo mfa no serious sa ayen komo na ya na ye nyina di obi ho ba kira sam na ko du ba bia ba yete what ho wo di ka avive ne pa no de dada anya sa na ye de nkomo nyina ye dia agro egi ani ana odi atam na ba ye bobo mo afa atam na adan afa dem o kansan jofo ni nyina bo ene anto TV ankoto radio nya on nya me yadu
well we so me da so afa na watch your opinions are like no so 05566924 45 05566924 45 hello, good evening.
Boss.
Yes sir.
With the Mesropa, why you need Mammy just 30 seconds and I mean your correction. Why won't I make a sign and make a say and Yamunina? Semi Blabe Casana, a son baby, a Nepano, environmental fee. Sabi Casage, Ubet me a woman, a do. By yet, Bakuni, Banina, Unya, Totro. Every yet, Papa,
sanity.
Tia Casa, Mumaya and Casai, Ubianya. But Papa won.
But I say, why you say off watch the radio 05566924 45 05566924 45 evening come. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. I'm Thunder.
Look at something tender.
Because of his printers.
Tender, ain't you?
Can say, Asaba Solaka, no, I can. Central for no say football. A bimu tiuma, assembly o mukano, at Entosum. Baufra Mouka, see what did you want matem? In Casama Okayano, and the deal be at them. A drink, January, Tragic, and to say, Opika be say no da, Fanusa. Bye bye.
Okay, me that's also fair. Now watch the radio 0556 6924 45 0556 6924 45 and the question some for NSA Ghana football now. Hello, good evening.
Good
evening.
Good evening, sir.
We didn't be a fifi.
Ima body because I think as well.
Ima etiwe.
Bismarck. Say want to me cash I onyama also cash in enye. Esi den na nzamtwerɛ for ebe na be say football. Si kan wo ho na mu invest penifo invest ya nzamtwerɛ for na nkofa omusika mfa nkwese mana. Ghana han ye talent. Ye pitch ye bobo wo so. Eti se wo enum enye fine. Thomas Partey a complain sa. Ye pitch nye. Eti mu invest
na fe football leagues ya boya na my dey ma organizing ye na ya look attractive na I bring investments ama na den aba na ma musika wo no ma fa nhema so do musisia na so wan fa fertilizer ne ade ngu a ebe de na so ama ai ebe so but unya ne de dudu mu se ne wo pe no enti mo bia fa nhye nzemtrofo nya hwe omo de woye ne papa amobeba betwa woye ne boni mu a amaba betwa opa amonko one day off ni ehwese Ghana ha ni ebe che emum kura wasa yemum meda so ni nyamenye adwuma
also na watch the wadwen 055669244 055669244 any come and find some Solomon Amakwada Superman what you hello good evening.
Hello, good evening. Bismarck.
Isaac, so about that.
Me seconds. Bismarck, man, no, Bakasa, me Bakasa, no. I say, I on sports, and not on monitor. Onua about 15 years ago, Onua journalists, 5 or 6. Almost Ghana football.
Isaac.
Onua with man, let me say on this sport. No, only football, so can I do? Only go come boss station, sports journalists, almost say Ghana football. What are Bismarck? My 3 days here.
Memobia.
I don't know any question. So, of course, one kind of question, I am Bismarck.
But I say, bye. Isaac, they are so lack of fast about fear. I'm a man for come my dream pa had it by Monday. Sanity was say, hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
What's up with you?
Paso, Asamna, Master Solocano, and crew. Now, as a Dumo Basa, almost defended. Yeah, you tell sports all the radio stations are crying now. Even Kumasi now. The Tibia Dumuka, indeed, matter the Abia on Tier Sports are not India, and they are fine. But Obi Tenag, not Agino Tenno, and no crepa pepe. Nasa Uti now or page Papa now will be their Papa Nasa, marketing me Yejuma, abandon football now, Papa. From 92 bars, the Ghana Premier League, Nanife, and there is a catch for Mumuna. We are in Central for near the Adeno. So they football higher. And then I said to him, local players, 2-3 Crampo, Amunjim. Yaka, I said, Mafana, Asamna, Master Solocano, and no crapper, Nipalitimo, one gentle, make rabbit now ball in Central Phobia or Moakra. Almost as some would no muti. Almost crown as a Ghana football. Indeed, when you're before another, only fact. Inti member attack will be so Obiase. Brasola some no can and any 100%. Bye bye.
Mira say so friend na watch the wadwe 0556692 me ba be si inti me fa be 3 course na fe me de sinama twa me ho ba me ba na ya to aso good evening.
Isaac ni magaba.
Mo amaba no me pam chew maba me mbese mbese aba bi mo afoforo nso mra na omo nso mekire omadwen pam chew papa my entra ma afoforo nso mra na omo mekire omadwen enye sade a obia be na dwe so obesa akwa aba obia be na dwen se obesa akwa aba. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, be afefi.
Make a selfie nankesi.
Uka selfie
nankesi.
Kufudia
nankesi.
Okay, yeti we.
Almost say so for no I got now ebumu yen kan kro yen kan en kro abo ye pop me he said in station be as Onua FM 24/7 and it should radio stations be more and kro ba ku see any moment with your airtime and then black queen new idea see any idea. Nkomko bona yetu kanaka akobeti ni kwenda bombe demino ni kane wakano kwa papa ndo kana kwesa akwaye ni yakobo beche ni tumi Onua FM ndama se nyamishira mo moyade
But I say so, friend. Now, watch out. Me for 2 calls. I can't have me try me home about me bar. Now, you have heard the Black Queens of Ghana game and any Egypt boy, no. Now, Yakubu Nia Hassan and your master. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Would it be a free?
My family Joe, my friend Joe, la mimi ya suruka no silence. Ocean Sports Dinner for ma. Almost sports, ball 2 hours. Yeah, look at me. That 60 minutes, and that time is no I break. No, see your purpose. And I want to yeah, happy for sports. Team, look at. Into a better than I am, barrister.
Okay, Martin, me that say. When for my last caller, I was segment to so now for me face me back. Na ya Black Queens game so na nyoma esiko. Hello, good evening.
I'm a bien
Tete Boni me mama bi me da say me pe obi a o ma e ba ko na wa ba na afei metwa me ho aba na makope sika kakra me ba na ya toa so na ya hu se na nyoma esiti. O da me ntwa me ho mra me ba e metwa so me ba sisi a
Hello, Obia. You're from a Felicia say. Find us in our class prefect. Me na me mid-morning show host of a Juma on Onua 95.1 FM. Juma day Mondays to Friday, 10 o'clock a.m. to 12 p.m. What you say? It is stay glued. Obenya konkosa kakra, just kakra, music and dance so kakra. Bye bye.
Onua 95.1 FM. 95.1 FM.
Ebusiafo, me dey the Mrs. Matilda Ajoa Eduboatin. You don't know how friendly. Hey, to the J pounds na obesi maji me die me na me di ho chia me pay eye me down no pa bia Saturdays and pa 6:30 e go see 8 and no pa die me no fire odoni empuna twemu kama se be ya e be ya kama na akototin kai Onua 95.1 FM so die ye no ye dwene ho pa enti no kai ho na yendi doni ye ma enye fe
Onua 95.1 FM.
Hello, meeting the Ohima Echampoma, Onua Newsroom, Onua TV, Onua FM. Juada ekopem fiade bia Onua yensem paso me de energy de ensem semwa etwego wa be fontentan so ene ne ekoso ewoye entertainment industry mu metabiri ni nyina e de ba be show Onua 95.1 FM so ne memene danso minya mu hosa me di GH High Life twumedie eno so ebro Onua 95.1 FM so twumedie a eboyen High Life enwum e Ghana yankasa High Life enwum e wi the contemporary kakra ene Afrobeat enwum ni nyina e de eba besomo memene da bia 2 ekokopem 5 mene wo echa agro ai dia agro konkonsa kakra enso ne na muni nyina ndo so mo e Onua 95.1 FM so Onua TV ene Onua FM de abibia ye kasa ye se ye twene ho pa
Onua 95.1 FM.
Hello, Obia. You're from a Felicia.
Wait, the channel so mame say idea I ever Black Queens game no amatimi adi nkuruma ene e ka nan Egypt antimi antre so kan nyina bom I council ana mo say ya Egypt antimi anti Isaac Ansa apega e wa govi yenhwe Ghana game no kakra e ma no aka sie no yenim say na e den ya ma no betimi adi nkunim ebeyi na ya resere over so esi etie ene Black Queens are qualified next year. Omoko Morocco na fei. Omasai akwa.
Black Queens in common here.
O person be candy.
I me candy so look for ba ya yeti for so asum fefe no. Ya da o say omoti. I still always maintain the fact that
Kofi mama me ba mama twa me homra na Black Queens de no ye be Black Queens ho nsem no ba mama twa me homra game ni ko na wie ye ade a coaches na kasa players no so akasa mama Kofi abem na coach at the day Eddie came last akasa Eddie afa game no ho Eddie kan what they atodwa ekyem say game no jitu bi say ahun betimi adi nkunim na ode my uncle tie came last bra ye ba nsem up coach ni kan no na afi kofi ato aso Eddie afi ho Eddie amame.
I mean, that had been tough, of course. We played the first game after just 2 days together when we were away for almost 3 months after the WAFCON summer. But we came together like always with good energy. We have a good spirit together. We work hard and we are always doing the best for each other.
95.1.
Like in the first half of the day, we are struggling a little bit. It's still that we always comes back. We always come back, and you can see in the second half we play a beautiful football that everybody can enjoy, and the most important, we win with 4-0 in total 7-0. I mean, we're talking about the final step to come into the WAFCON, so it's a great result and a great performance. Like I said, I'm extremely proud, and I'm just enjoying my time to be here with so many amazing people here in Ghana. I'm happy here.
Say Kemla say sama de tutwa mana so de atotwa chem so hwetim na ekuta na ebetimi age WAFCON no kra na omo hwe anim se betimi akoto so miensa mpa hwe so betimi age WAFCON no se de be ya World Cup be ko so Brazil Ghana Black Queens betimi akobi.
I mean, that had been tough, of course. We played the first game after just 2 days
Onua
together
FM,
when we were away for
95.1.
3 months after the WAFCON summer. But we came together like always with good energy. We have a good spirit together. We work hard and we are always doing the best for each other. So even if we're like in the first half of the day, we are struggling a little bit, it's still that we always comes back. We always come back, and you can see in the second half we play a beautiful football that everybody can enjoy, and the most important, we win with 4-0 in total 7-0. I mean, we're talking about the final step to come into the WAFCON, so it's a great result and a great.
Na sadone nsem kakra Kemla say de tudwa Doris Buadua ne obo 3 goals kwasi do de beka say hat-trick and obo edema the Black Queens of Ghana no so echikasa kakra o kan twinti yenti no.
Team work no say bibia mu no say team no like mu ya unity ya bibia e work
Onua FM 95.1.
like nema nshada ko yenti nyame adom no me am akofie ma ko learn like me mistakes, so there was a me improve on
Doris Buadua one on a ball goes na miensa edema Black Queens of Ghana mutimi e share dan ono so sema Kofi wadi atudwa na fede mametio
Kwaku you move away from the solo go for by the Black Queens yam wo mabaso say wo matimi abomaden na wo ma qualified yama Ghana. Coach came last by I was one of the persons or started and I'm in and I wouldn't be hypocrite. Say o started adwuma na ye mo adwuma say adwuma me yen say me yen sam twoni me kasa about the football. Na yakofa coach or be replace you coach na ne modern boy animu ni o ma me enum yen sika sem bi nti e no de call. Na di obese na na mu ne sha ase na say ni o ma nkoyi a I will criticize. Me bo coach nachi e ka kire ne say was yi nadi. Even the started outcome you lose first match to South Africa. Your board draw in the second game. I was still criticizing him. Or share your qualify a quarter finals class still na me bonechi. Now good could do semi finals he did third, you know. Maybe born about to say I didn't give him that the benefit of the doubt, but he proved me wrong. Maybe born Abaso at that time. And ever since Oba, you know, he tried to build something that girls understand it on only philosophy compared to the Nora Hoopla a day yes a day a momo. What do I need to do? Wabe making sure say additions me no the back community or the back
95.1
or maintaining there's a bit of consistency in the starting lineup. And no ya de ba kwa aboye Kwaku, there was no way Egypt were going to disturb us in today's game. Yes, the hey FIFA game and before the game could have been a distraction, but these girls are professionals. The mentality is big time changed. assistant from Abia Omoye under 15, under 17, under 20 players. They are grown-ups now. They are professional, top-notch professionals playing in European, Asian, and you can say North American leagues. These are places where the top players play in terms of the women's game. That is where our players are now. Now him say yes, a bad distraction, but they were confident, they were ready, they were up there to focus and win the game for Ghana. They went away to score 3. Me expect it. So more goals in there. Unfortunately, the first half, the Egyptians were very compact in the defense. But Coach Kim Lance, in the second department, they came at them and on Benya those goals at Ghana. In 3-4 goals in the second half. Incredible. We had the last match, and for you to kill it on aggregate, defensive stability is top notch. But the truth is, the Egyptian opposition now is facing, would not be the same as the opposition Tanzania, South Africa, Morocco, Egypt,
95.1,
Ivory Coast, Cameroon, Edibemau. Okay. What you say? But this is the qualifier. We share the only Mbobibria or Tiano, no be able to say why you ready. We share the on to say what no matter fam. Who go share senior women, Nigeria no show or choka crabby, no what to. So I am very proud of the girls to say baby ye can't they were able to withstand the pressure and they've been able to secure the needed qualification for a year the Black Queens Ghana. Yeah, be call AFCON be near Kwakobo near Boni. This is the most important thing. Now the next agenda is preparation towards the AFCON. There's AFCON or any AFCON keke a World Cup qualifier. We need to finish among the first 3 countries so that the bet me secure qualification today the World Cup.
Okay.
So I am happy saying now coach Ayefreno Kim Lance now or state emphatically after say Yapon game no said the girls are ready on Wankasa Wutima. He can say on any day we can beat any opposition and win the outcome. Meaning the agenda is that we have 2 things that we need to do. First of all, qualify for the World Cup, and then again making sure say you bet me AJ tournament no. Maybe I mean come task like what they need to do for us is that when they get to the outcome, they should get us the World Cup ticket for the Brazil World Cup. No, I bet and the Kasem said it's been a while. The Black Queens are called World Cup. Now this time around, you been your representing Omanu ye. So Kwaku, I'm so excited. The supporters were there, not bad in their numbers, to support the girls. And then Tuesday working day in Accra, we had a lot of Ghanaian supporters. Omugota team nechi, former players, Kurt and other people, and switch me by ever supporting girls now. Or more it's me about more this player. I am happy for one particular player. Doris Bodua. Only say a call Alcono and your man said down Kuyamano.
Yeah.
And Doris, one of the players are unimboardable. She had a bad tournament and call back or rectify in your man, and she said it in her post game. And to me about 10 things around that. And she's back and she's scoring goals. You call Egypt, I think she scored. And I have so Obenya 3 goals.
Yeah, on a chef first goal no Egypt.
Yes, and Kwaku 3 goals.
And I'll be sure 2 to us.
Yes, or 3 goals were in there.
But she 2 to us.
Yes, no be chance or this. Good. So a good. A bad man of confidence
95.1.
For the past few years, until recent years in India, she's been our best striker. And Nanyoma Nemfa in the qualifier in the main tournament I call it. But so we're finding the scoring boot back again. Nas or Bogusa. This is the level we want her to be. So that you prepare for the AFCON. Doris will be banging in the goals. You call the main competition in Zwa. Obenya go no Ediama Ghana so that anyone bit me the right perspective Ediama the country no. So I am extremely excited. I am so happy that the Black Queens are back on track and they are getting the needed results for the country. Me de maniaji pa anokwasa me say maniaji papa ya mo mabaso so metimi e bedua pempen so etisa na ye hwe se de besia ko no kwasa me say adwani na for Kwaku Edin be bearding. So what they make can say? Be bearding. Into we make sure say we enough preparation. We be enough good preparation. Na sika kakra na abeka ho no. Benifon hwe na omo fa sika no ema girls no. Any kwan say always all the time. Sika about ema sika eba be problem. Ema sika eba be ntokwa. Emesika just obi koka say emesika just obi kokoye say. I always don't want to raise a comparison between one any the Black Stars. Say say Black Star the boy adechane the atum. I don't want to sway into that argument. But sebi sawo kwaku to is a second war ne moja de beba na yekoko dia. Yenye what is expected of the girls as well. But in the mekano so that kakre bia obi answer beka no. Na obi answer iden ensa kanedie na omo so akuna kwakoye de also omo ye na ebusuafo nso nya bibi kakra na omo editwa wanum spedede kwakuma menko eye bobo kwa ondin ye de Nations FC. Nations FC appointed coach Frimpong Manson as the head coach at the team no. And kwaku abrabona ye bono minya sure say o bo abrabo say o be wasan wachi ana kwaku za na opeso board no
dabi ye mabre e
bokoye ni personally minya yanka Kasim Mingo ebeto aso de Nations FC. Kwaku ni me stand on him. For me, I rate him as one of the best coaches in the league.
Okay.
Per what he's done at Nations, per what he did at Bechem United, you need to give it to him. He's a good technical brain. And Johnson Smith, he ain't even experience at Ghana. It is these two people at Kabuma, you know, say they were going to deliver. Omoba Nations FC. Last season, because United are this year
95.1.
They were one of the teams that Nanka Lake no Moje ye. And then no me and say be answer down far.
Meet you, Kofi. Meet you, Kasa. Meet you.
Hey, you say na you.
Meet you, Kasa.
Kwaku, ete for the better. Na Kwaku. Media name him say he was going to excel with Nations FC because Nations Emma needed support. Sikasem and Bibiano, they were giving it to him. And he now meaning said he was always going to be there. Unfortunately, they see last season and to Angelic. The expectation was so high that this season they were going to lift the ultimate. Bakwaku, Mamim me can be big about Nations FC last season and the Nations FC this season. You say about how many matches?
About 7.
7 matches. 7 times 3 is 21, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Last season, as at 8th week, and as a 7th week, non-Nations FC were 10 points out of 21. Let us say Omulusu 11 points.
Yeah.
When we need 2 matches, Elusu 1. And no board draw 4. Kasim Mingo record last season out of the first 7 matches. This season, we need 2 matches. Elusu 3 matches. Ebo draw 2. Okambuma 8 points out of 21. And it's all compared to last season and this season now. What drop it 2 points. When you call it 7, the number of points no after 7 matches no.
Okay.
Intina said Mr. T say abrabo ye ba ye mbo sign ye den ye boku enim. So when you set some standard for yourself, now said the following season will be kwa 2 things. Is either you keep the standards or you upgrade the standards. Enti under Kasim Mingo this season no kwaku womu enya Womo drop it 2 points compared to last season. Meaning they could not equal what they did last time. They've reduced it 2 points. So any other business-oriented person, we can say, baby nkoyi. But when come me there, nanka minya, and kebema coach Kasim Mingo the benefit of the doubt. If he say he lost some key players last season. Kwaku, one of the players are Wamo Elusu ne services. Eya brantia ye friend no. Nafiu Sulemana. Nafiu Sulemana. Last season, no players are no more that experience. Edema a year Nations FC. No can be.
Okay.
But you would me. Yes. Nafiu Sulemana. Edini de Echo. Sansusu Anna Abdul Karim. Says you about how to folk. And Ambwa. Kwagumba so wutie me.
Mitiopa, what the hebe nim na nkasa.
Good. And that's what me anti. Says Abdul Karim Abaka has a folk. Last season. No honum. Berema ba soloni papa.
Berema kwame ba.
Aye. So the you commented to so Obom say name ni na ka any you can say ebusia tintin ni na ka Kwaku last season Berema ba no you're one of the players na omuye integra last season about 23 matches in the league for Nations FC. He was there. Omulusuno. Womo central midfielder. Jimanuel Kunto. And I'm so the back of the car. Oh, that's a quick wood cut Namto Quando so an eye day.
Jimanuel Kunto, no one didn't you?
Oh, for the Akanas also. Kwaku Jimanuel Kunto so last season. No, you're part of the team. Non-Nations FC coach at the ABOD. Yes, every team be able to lose some key players. You will make some additions. When we lose Kofi Mensa, the call a Basakeya on an video no goalkeeper. So these were some of the key members of the squad last season on the age man. They brought in young players, especially those players are apply or trade. The Access Bank Division 1, some from Hoho United, some from other teams. Only 2 or 3 the Ghana Premier League players. Okay. So Kwaku say we lose some key component of your setup. Now the new ones but it will take time. Yes, there are players who do a team no more understand it. A typical example, a Dogley, a chair of a Heart of Lions. He wasn't a member of last season's squad, no. But the this season, or Bond Pepper, so no more bache. What I say. But the other players, it will take time for them to adapt with the old gangs. Then one bit may understand what the coach will put before them. But like I said earlier, Abraboya den, Ekoyanim, Ebia Dr. Kwame Che, any see we cry friend say, and former Kotokopiari. Kennedy Boachi answer. Any penny for more Nations FC. Or more tenacity, analysis, compare and contrast now. ABNS woman take this decision. At the end of the day, ABO target or achievement, or to me achieve it because as at 7-week games last term, non-nations were 10 out of 21. This time around, 8 out of 21. It means they've dropped some key points in there. 2 points. They could not even equal last term. And business-wise, because accumulated loss. So quickly they have to react. What do? They need to come in with experienced coach and coach or a winner. And as at the time, almost coaches, very few coaches in the system anymore. Previous winners of the Ghanaian Premier League. Yeah. And Frimpong Manso happens to be one of those coaches. Okay. Frimpong Manso has shown the exit door 1 week after the Ghana Premier League started. Obo the first game in the Ghana Premier League, Okobo on the first game of African competition, Olusu are home to a year GS Kabili, and Omosake, Kwaku, you and I know, say, it was not as a result of performances in Tinye coaching Eddie. A year other external reasons are a year beyond the 3 points. So, Frimpong Manso, Kwaku, Owobo Fakotano, baby, are not there, but foot team no SC. Yeah. On an assistant issues we cover and pin for quality to Muntema, one more far away for her, but for quality your division 2 as a terreno. Bibiani Go Stars, Ecofano, Oba versus Sanioma built a formidable team, and they won their first ever Ghana Premier League. They came back to the top 4. They won it. They narrowly lost to Asante Kotoko in the I can't say champion of champions. They've started the league on a good note. Unfortunately, we went to me and qualify the Africa. No more Edemana Akwenya Odokoye. So he is a top breed. He is an experienced coach. He's a winner of the Ghana Premier League. And that is what Nations FC ever pursue Umbenya. Yeah, we're seeing all the very best of luck. I think so many Abwajida Costa. Na hopefully the omo Nations, and I say Bibiani go stars Umbenya the needed resources, and I think that what team it is a Nations FC so quality players be ato additions be ato Kwaku, you will be able to do it. So for me, a unfortunate news for my friend, because Mikasim Mingo, I hold in high esteem. I see him to be one of the top coaches in our local scene. With time, Oma be one of the best. I'll be able to say, oh, coach you be by any friend Kasim Okanse Mingola. No boy, you may have papa. Young wish you or no, the very best of luck. Edmane dear, I heard Ghana Premier League Global Coach. You go and you be ready. Because teams need you home want to trade. I had the best coach. I'm will be able to take you over. I'm what was why you wish you now the very best. And Fimpo Manson, ne Ejuma Bay, our team Bibiani Go Stars, and hopefully, will beat me up to us. Eddie Amabo Bukwa Wundin, Eddie Nations FC. Okay, COVID, me that say, Solomon Mitio and Black Queens and Afe, Stephen Fimpo Manson, say, Oma Pound is head coach, Eddie Ama Nations FC.
Well, I think Yembo Black Queens team Nabaso, at least they needed this result. Now, Ometima back-to-back a year AFCON qualifiers got to a point and Edema the Queens in this Betima qualified to a year the WAFCON. But here is the case, or more a year back-to-back returns. And after so many years, you're returning, you're finishing third in the competition. So this time around now, there are positives around the Black Queens, energy levels around the Black Queens in the Western. We'd expect, say, this time on Betimiako. And don't forget, say, if next year, this year, and Black Queens will be going to the World Cup. Say, if next year, this year. Even this year, say Bianca, Masodia, and Kamoto. And that's what I can say. If next year, this year, and Katim also third, Oboga can represent Africa. Or the FIFA Women's World Cup. But here is the case, I will say a ball, a year qualifier. You qualifying there. I think good news at the Mother Queens. And the most important thing, is the fact that your players need to be now any abrofuya and ebo. And they get to understand how they play, they get to build their confidence, and we pray say injuries near the and halt your girls, as they prepare for the WAFCON and of course the World Cup El Brazil. And clearly after seeing winning by 3-0 our Suez in Egypt, we knew that at home Egypt and your Maya about the women's footballer winning baby and we were expecting your girls say taking the game to the Egyptians in the first half. Egypt for the ball one more thing, but that is what you do as a champion. Let them use their energy in the first half. Momo running Emre, then in the second half you take advantage of the fact that there will be tired legs. And that's exactly what they did. Doris Akusobodua hit a hat trick, and of course Comfort Yeboah shed a screamer of a goal. And I think that a morale booster for Kim last Yorker Green. He picked the team at the start, this like now Begia to me say not results, and Koye, especially during the friendly games that they are not Obobono, not results and Koye. Some of us continually said, say, because you're new to the system or you're new to the team, it will take a bit of time. But after so many matches, or to me build that strong team, it could place third at the Women's WAFCON of Morocco. So we are expecting that on Besai, Ako Morocco Hodoma BM next year. Na omakwa chere omobobre ehodoma, and I would not be surprised team will be to me accord the final only if you're complacent, only if players injuries, but only if we don't do so many changes we team because we are the midfield partnership of Grace Santuane, Jennifer Kakakugo, your backline of course Susanna Amadia, and Captain Posha Boachi. I know say very soon Janet Edri and the likes and also Ebeba to the party. Left back Obianim say Josephine Osaibonsu Aji that position not Afa. But then there are other very good left backs also building in the Ghana Premier League. So attackers Evelyn Bedu, Doris Bodua, Presla Dobia, Mafo, Stella Nyamiche and the likes. These are top quality players on any other given day. Me Ababe Jiname Siakai and their mother Queens. We are only hoping that other players will be rising. No mama a stiffer competition. The higher the competition, the better your team. Yeah. Because if we are right back, no stiffer competition. You know, say 1 year, you so you give your all. And so the stiffer the competition, the higher the strength of your team. And your bumpire say your girls in a bit me a pick form. Now your dear room or the WAFCON. We are expecting that at least for some time. The Black Queens in it. When you say NJ WAFCON that. The Women's African Cup of Nations, Ghana and GB that. It may be these girls will be the team a bit that history. It's just like the Black Stars. We've had a lot of great players. They never qualified Ghana to the World Cup. I bet the Pele Munyina Besinko. Omen qualified to the World Cup. It took us Samoa Jan Muntari, Derek Osubuaten, Michael Essien, Stephen Apiamo, and Eddie Koye. So maybe I drop by your more Elizabeth Adumo, those top quality players are Ghana Yenyano. Maybe they were not meant to win the WAFCON for Ghana. Maybe Doris Bodu and Priscilla Dubiamo will be those girls are able to hear the WAFCON. So we only pray for good health for the team. We only pray say team we injuries ain't me be hampa mo na fe omo form no ebe to my contract ebe call the WAFCON. I know say this team can deliver under Kimilas York Green. Bismarck pretty surely on a year from Ponma appointment. No, I think that nations make their clear intentions. They are not in for development anymore. Omunim say Kasimengelo can say and yet that manager about say you win a title. Obetima Boni Dimbe Brebe. He's never won the Ghana Premier League before. Enti say ye paid coach. I'm a team be the Liga. Certainly and yet Kasimengelo can say. But or you unique as a coach because a band say you building a team ye highly competitive. Kasimengelo can say one of those coaches. Very intelligent manager. Proper talent developer or scouted top talent with developer more. Why the name Emmanuel Avignon? Why the name no? Clinton do you want to know him no? Yeah. Why the name set or say set Kwaju? Why the name no? Has this Arena Dari? Why the name no? Francis Chene. Why the name Francis Chene? Samuel Oseko for our Gold Stars. Yeah. Why the name no? It took Kasimengelo Kanse to build these players. Today, these players are playing for big clubs. Oba Nations FC. Emmanuel Anona, or the talisman for Nations FC. No? Okay. Kasimengelo na building no be team. Okay. One name phase out charity. Kasimengelo na building no. Razak Simpson, why the name no? It is Kasimengelo who built Razak Simpson. And Ebano talent development, Kasimengelo is one of the best coaches. And last season, Obienhui Hawa or manage nations Bobokono Ediko Drew. But this season, I think say the focus of the team in Asweshi based on position of Mudi last season. So now, to the management, they are of the view say they can win the league. That is their thought. Okay. Say if last season, the players be at the bar drew, baby you drew until you call Enzema Emma Yambo game in you're walking off the pitch, Emma Mobetiti a pointer. Anka nations bet magic. And in that situation, nobody can blame the coach because the call came direct from the president of the club.
So mumpi.
So munyai. Dr. Kwame Chene ne banana divine and a catch on so munyai bonebo. Divine. Any Dr. Kwame Che. Woman catch them almost a Kennedy Boachi and some can't coach and say walk the players off the pitch. And the situation by nobody will blame the coach. If a coach in Nkwa they would have because that game no Holy Stars a bit maticano. Nations a bit maticano Holy Stars. Because they were playing the game. They were in the game. But they called them off the pitch at the 30 point. For the hard work, they lost the title based on the decision of the owners of the club, the managers of the club. Even with that, the coach never complained. I did a one-on-one interview with him. I can give it to you. It's on my phone. Kasi Mingolo Kansi told me, say, in Peniforno, they valued the life of their supporters than even the 3 points. And to honor, on any other given day, or be applauded in Peniforno for that decision of Muteki. Even though that decision, I cause it or not the work, because he's one in charge of field work. Yeah. Yakoba na woman ya 3 points at the body dear coach. But no one pick a point I'll be to my league and then Peniforno someone walking off the pitch. Until that, it was not his fault. By a starting season, Peniforno said nations drew that level that they need to win the Ghana Premier League. Because where was from Samates? Say league teams on Major League Krumha. Menyesho say na Samates ka ho. But they won the Ghana Premier League. Oma ba bejiko. BBN Go Stars. Say yeah, fair assessment to teams that are supposed to win the Ghana Premier League. I do not think that a lot of people will mention BBN Go Stars. But Oma ba beji Ghana Premier League in the in terms of investment in BBA, Menyesho say Go Stars are a bigger investment than nations. But Omapechi League in Oko. For Mediama, look at their investment. Omaji League in Oko. Omaji the FA Cup twice. Abo Cup Confederations Cup twice. Ako group stage. Mediama has never been booted out of the first round or second round of qualifiers. Yeah. All the African Mediama Akono Omuko group stage, including the CAF Champions League. Yeah. So I didn't the nations in Timinye. I feel say it is the main reason why they are asking the coach to sit down. And now Omonkofa Obifo from Ra. And they are bringing in Frimpong Manso. Frimpong Manso at the Tarabo Fakwa. And Obi any Mejumo on the Tarabo Fakwa.
Obi any Tarabo Fakwa about the Premier League before take over.
That is what I'm saying. Okay. Obi take it over now. You with the performance of Tarabo Fakwa. All of a sudden, assistant coaches and Toka Basa but Obi Anko Tananche. Tarabo Fakwa with Division 2. Okofa the BBN Go Stars straight up what did the Ghana Premier League. And they feel that maybe Frimpong Manson that man obetime Oma cross that promised land, Oma cross that river to get to the title into Omaka Kofanaba. For me who boni be a coach Kasim Mingle a coach, he understands this job. They are hired to be fired. And there are a lot of teams and very soon, Pamo coaches from Kasimenga will get another top job and he will do another top job. It's immediate.
I didn't know be a Pamo coach.
Oh, and teams in be a Pamo coach.
Sebaseka.
Met my Pamo coach. Weekend, the Basaka Luisua coach Augustine Evans. But
about has to focus, a big game demand. But the quality of players has to focus. Was
you cannot play 8 matches without even scoring 1 goal. Please, you're serious.
Say players one will use you.
See players will be the same players. No, will be last season. Will be the share hassle. And you could be free muko. How much has?
They be free comedy bishop.
No, but I'm for me bishop. On your own, for players.
Oh, my quality.
Now, or your quality. I'm not farm. Me recruitment. Make a Holy Stars recruitment team. No, me recommend the players. And it will be Alfred. We are Alfred and we be Sano. But coach and the players aba. Onua na pre-season. Why scouting? And almost see we many players able to use you. So if they are the players you can use, you want them to register near register more. No about 7 matches when share 1 goal cry. There is something significant wrong with your team.
And then that land is a problem for you.
And I'm saying that Neo Datelamte, Augustine Evans Adote, Ahmed Fati of Swedro All Blacks. Look, the coaches, you have a lot of coaches. By March week 10, what they mark for sign by March number 10, the Ghana Premier League. Coaches in the Beko and Kase Mengo, penny quality, unless of course he say, on ye club football for now. But so per club footballer on chair after week 10, Obenye Jumaye. For nations, we wish them all the best. For Frimpong Manson, he's a top quality manager. Somebody who knows the game. Or Bobby Da.
Into the nations, I Ghana Premier League.
Whether so be me or not on me, it won't have no cost. It will take time to understand the players. It will take time to feed them with or no ideas. But yeah, why you be done your friend? I be afu.
So no one fat team now started preseason.
It does not matter. That's why I make us say it will take time to implement your person on the tray. Okay. But for what he has done, I will not be surprised. Say, obetimi do more because that's how they see it to be. Inti, young wishing you all the best of luck.
Solomon Amankwada Superman and Martin can say Black Queens of Ghana and I can see an area course or across sports in a fee. Stephen Frimpong Mansoa say Nations FC Akofan say or no and ebe head coach Abua Amatimno Etimi Aquanim. Dear Mibuzan say Stephen Frimpong Mansoa obetimi Abua Nations Amomatimi Aji Afi Ghana Premier League Ode Bibiani Go Stars last season obetimi this season obetimi at the Nations FC team no etimi ayese adwuma no na omotimi agye leg na eno ne asama ne yedi ho enkomo 05566924 05566924 45 Stephen Frimpong Manson from Bibiani Go Stars at the Nations and Empedefo at the Jumadie no amano ena kasa mangulo kanse Empedefo agya ne kwanse onko enya dia obemetimi na to aso aye adwuma anti ye hwe se na nyoma enso esi etie na ya to aso e dey. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
What did the baby are free 95.1. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. Hello, metonka kasa.
Hello, kasa weche.
Me metonka o. Me kasa ni eche, metonka. Hello. Say ono ente menka. 055666924 45 055666924 45. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Isaac,
Katwa Peace Town.
Mami too.
Solo enede enede yakopon hira okopapa wa adwuma kasa. Enede mania je papa. Solo bekasa kotokokra ne house e hia ma mo ache house be 7. Solo ya menhira o. Onua yakopon bom ho ban. Solo yakopon hira mo. Bismarck yakopon hira mo why?
055666924 45 055666924 45 Stephen Frimpong Manson and the Nations FC Wamakwa Akofan say omeye adwuma emfa emom ye busa so panyin na adwuma no betimi aye and obetimi e de oma Ghana Premier last season wa no e Bibiani Go Stars eje eye league na omkobo CAF Champions League enoma anshada ankoyi amfama no Solomon Amankwada Superman aka ne de sanso na Isaac Ansapagya wono so aka ne de ede afa coaches ne ho nyame ya adoma mpedifo no betimi atoa so aye adwuma ne sei se no di kan tu dwa no ya coaches ne bebere beje omkwan amoma kwesan se ebini modern bono enhyeda enko enkansa ye likely say bia by next week anase kakra no ebetimi eja mpanifo no bi kwan na yasa akofa bia ba behim na ye hu se na nyoma enso esi etie on Facebook piaga ediaba wose ochiaye sans ose ohe live from Achema Safo sanso ena lucrative CK Munana wono so ese more fire Starboy enso ediaba se ohe show no live and clear Ahafumem Airport champion Kwaku Bismarck more fire. Congratulations to Black Queens for their massive victory against Egypt today. And also say Ochia message Jinapia Kubi, Chief Executive Officer, Jurandi Furniture, Bobizio, and the lovely father, Mr. Safu Edu, and also Edia, what they Abba. And so, and on Mammy for when Tram Nafi, some send the body, and so, and Metans and Afi, and Trasso. What do you want to tell more Europe? Idea. A man I can say UEFA Nations League no playoff no eguso kwaso den dia nyasem ketua Spain team ya Sweden e kaba kwa Sweden and team anti first leg no Spain e hye na e kan nan e ma Sweden etimu baako o hye kan nan wan team anti e wotra fie hye kan nan wan team anti and so akwa hye ne kaba kwa wan team anti e wa kan say make say France and Germany and about 44 minutes and on my boy was I can see them France in the DK Germany Atikano and also Eddie no Turkey any Kosovo game no Turkey bomber coming and one more anti Denmark actually Finland and Camunua went to me anti first leg was 6-1 and then was actually a body Camunua went to me anti Austria actually Czech Republic a bonnet Camunu went to me anti first leg and also no idea Czech share Austria Kabakwa went to me Ante make us say Belgium any Ireland game no so eguso cross Belgium ashem you know Ireland intimate first leg you know Ireland actually Belgium born can nine Belgium mum you know second leg so no or so asha come you know to catch them say 4-4 sala was say obitimi nya go say the beya game no so ebetimi akọ nanim na ya hwese na nioma so si ya hwe eye wudu wani chemu Italian Serie A na matches no bi edikato from the that Lecce etenafie Emma SSC Napoli ekobo me kabako a wo mu entimi antisanso na make si Atalanta ene AC Milan no mo si maduo no miensa 53 minutes na mo bo e wa kansie nim Atalanta ahye baako sanso ena AC Milan Romonso ashe baako sada me kan de to dwa no ba abibrem ama no qualifiers no matimi abo awie ni nyina aka baako pe a ombebo ene kura no omabo by results no nyamba Ivory Coast and Senegal game no no here Ethiopia and Tanzania she Ethiopia baako it Tanzania qualify so na Malawi she Angola Cameroon Malawi qualify Cameroon HFM Algeria kwahye ne kabako Algeria qualify Nigeria and Benin Republic ebo 1-1 Nigeria qualify Ghana qualify Kenya ekohye Gambia kabako a wentimi anti Gambia qualify Burkina Faso ekohye Togo ekabako wentimi anti Burkina Faso qualify Mali HFM Cape Verde ebe chene bon kanan Emma Mali eti mumienu ti Cape Verde enso qualify sanso na South Africa echi DR Congo ebo no ekabako a wentimi anti and also South Africa qualify Ivory Coast and Senegal game no and also yebehwe na yehu team a wono so abon homodin wa qualify she no so me say first leg no obi antimi anhye na nyonko second leg no so no omabo na ehu se na esi etie uro ne chemu a EFL Cup no enso ekoso ewo England na matches make say ebigu so ekoso den mo he game a Cardiff ene Wrexham ebona Cardiff ahye baako Wrexham ntimi entiasa na Fulham enso ahye baako Brentford ene Grimsby game no so no Brentford ahye 9 amamo so womo ntimi entiye eno matches a ekoso ewo EFL Cup nim ti de honsem no so ebekoso ato so de amamunyame ya doma DFB Pokal no so timi koso Germany Eintracht Frankfurt wo mo ne Borussia Dortmund ko share ne kamienu after penalties no ombo wa on penalties and Dortmund e di win ye Hamburg and so Hamburger SV and so any Heidenheim game no Hamburger e sheka ba ko a Heidenheim anti Hertha Berlin e dinkunim e wa kansia oboy sanso and Wolfsburg etefie Emma Hostenkiel coach born kabako a wentimi anti Hostenkiel qualify make us say Bochum ashe Augsburg kabako a muntimi ente sanso na Borussia Mönchengladbach ono so ache Karlsruhe abone ekamienu a Karlsruhe omo entimi ente Leipzig Ashemiensa Emma Quartzbox omo entimi ente and St. Pauli and so any Hoffenheim game no and also a 1-1 way a DFB Pokal and also ekoso Germany and home resource no and yete ama yete for ene enyume Samson the Bonnie eba abeto so media the Bismarck Kwaku Sarpong nyame adom ochina ye besan ahia oti Isaac kansa pagan kasa so ena Solomon amankwa the Superman otenenka LFE ena de ko Facebook live nyame adom a yensan hia yakra mu nyina